Are we old? Are we old? Are we? Are we? Are we old? Mike Finoya and Charles McBee. It's nostalgia and comedy. Are we old? Are we old? Are we? Are we? Are we old? Mike Finoya and Charles McBee. Let's unlock a memory.
This pisses me off. If we don't see some boobs or some explosions or air poop, that'd be cool.
Are we old? Are we old? Are we? Are we? Are we old?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Are We Old? It's your humble cul-de-sac Negro, Charles McBee, here with my wonderful co-host,
Mike Finoya.
Finoya. What's going on? Good to know you, Finoya.
Thanks. How long have you been waiting to use that one?
I just came up with it just now.
I like your shirt.
Thanks, man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles in a half shell. Thank you guys for the emails. Thanks for the comments on the socials, which are at Are We Old? Podcast at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got this great phone number.
478-420-0690.
I wanted to, you called me the other day,
Uh-huh.
a little grumpy.
Me, Grumpy? Get out of town. Yeah.
I had to have like I had to go, hey man, you know what? You're old.
Listen, every so often, gang, off the air, we have to also remind each other. It's not just here.
No.
You think we do this just 30? You think it's only 30 minutes out of the week that we remind each other that we're old? No.
No.
This is but a snippet of our everyday life. No, yes, it's tax season, everybody.
Ugh.
And I mean, here's the thing. The list of things that we didn't learn, and I'm sure we probably bitched about this earlier before, but it's fine. I'm going to bitch about it again. The things that we didn't learn in school that we should have learned,
Yeah.
as opposed to square dancing in gym class.
Yeah. Literally
I
lifting
mean,
a
taxes
parachute.
is right on top of that, on top of the list, man. Just going through. I'm going through like doing the taxes thing, and you know, it's when I was working at like Kroger's grocery store.
Shout out.
Shout out Kroger's. Like when I back in the day, it was easy. Hey, here's this one piece of paper. What, and I get money back too because I'm poor? Fine,
Yep.
Like, I hate being poor, but at least I get money back. And all I had to do was hand you this one little piece of paper. But God forbid you try to make something out of yourself. You try to make a dent in this world. And
It's impossible.
oh, boy.
Dude, and being a comic
Yo.
and
on it.
expenses and on like all of the deductions and all of the things that all your travel and all your miles and all your this and that. And it's just, dude, it's so hard.
You're getting 1099s from 10,099 different places.
Literally, dude. My wife is like, when are we getting the tax? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'm still waiting on Albuquerque.
Giggle Hut, fucking whatever. I know, it's bonkers, dude.
Literally, and bonkers too.
Yeah, literally getting bonkers, giggles, chuckles, all the candy is now, nerds. But and you know what's crazy, dude, is that like I'm paranoid about doing something wrong.
Me too.
When it comes to especially money and IRS and audits and all this other shit, and it's just like, dude, I don't want to just do it, take it, figure it out. That's a thing like a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
If you know an accountant it's like the greatest. It's the best thing in the world. Like,
Yeah.
my accountant is my best friend because I'm scared.
Yeah, please keep
It's
me
like my
out
protection.
of jail.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing.
It's just the whole thing, though. Also, just like, bro, taxes in of itself is just like, yeah, I would gladly pay for, you know, some poor kid to be able to eat lunch at school, or for this single mother to be able to whatever, like, but I don't know where the freak this money's going. None of us know. It's just whatever. I'm either helping a child in the Bronx be able to have breakfast at school, or I'm bombing a small village in Timbuk, wherever. Who knows?
You don't know, but the money's going.
It's going,
and that's it.
And it's whatever. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't understand any of it. And I worked for a payroll company for a while.
Yeah.
And we had to sell payroll services to clients, small businesses that needed payroll services, because in order to do, like, one of the jobs that we did was we did tax prep for like the W-2s and all that crap, right? So we would have to like have some knowledge of taxes, Social Security, Medicare, employer taxes, employee taxes, like, you know, how much is withdrawn for unemployment, this and that. Dude, I don't even know how to like add. I hate math. I'm terrified of math. I always think I'm getting it wrong. I double the first number. That's how I've gotten to my, I've said that before.
Yeah.
But I literally had to like figure out like payroll tax and deduction and all this other 401k, and I'd had to go talk to business owners about it. And they're like, so how do we like, you know, handle that? And I'm like,
I don't,
yeah,
just-
the
just-
people in the
you want-
office that you'll never see do
Yeah,
all that shit.
yeah.
I'm the sales guy.
You
Yeah.
want the thing or not?
You want the thing or not?
I
And we
gave you
would
my
take the
presentation
liability.
already.
Yes, that's it. And I go, if you have any questions, scream it in a box, because
Yeah.
I don't know the answers. But how people, dude, I don't know. I know people who do their own taxes, and I'm like,
I was just talking to my friend, or our good friend. I don't know if I should say her name because I don't know if.
probably not.
Probably not.
When
We're
it
talking
comes to
about taxes and
taxes.
stuff. Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah.
But she was saying how she uses, she does the turbo, right?
Yeah.
And I guess it has a feature on there that's like an audit. You pay an extra $100, and they take care of if you get audited or whatever. It's on them. That's the way she explained it. I was like, I don't know how legit that is, but hey,
Audit protection.
audit protection. It's just like, wait, what? So I don't know. I just know that when it comes to paying taxes, it's like, and then it's like the more you make, and I'm not like a billionaire, so I don't get to just not pay or whatever.
no,
I'm
yeah.
like in that, on a good year, I'm in that spot where it's like I'm not rich enough to where I can line the pockets of some politicians and not pay anything and have offshore accounts.
When you get
but
there-
but I make too much to
not- yeah.
to not pay. So I'm just paying through the nose, both ends.
Yeah, it sucks. It
Just
really
paying through both ends.
It genuinely sucks. And when you have to spend money to make money,
Yeah.
which is what we have to do. Like when anything you do where you're like independently like working, or you're not just like, oh, fill out the tax form, you get your check every other week.
Yeah.
And there you go. And you get that one W-2 at the end of the year. We have to spend, we have to invest in ourselves. So you have to keep track of all of that.
Everything.
It sucks, dude. It totally
even-
sucks.
And I'll even speak for the people who get there every other weeks. You get you make, let's throw out a number, right? Whatever it is. You're making $20 an hour or $30 an hour, whatever it is you're making. And you say, oh, I'm going to get $1,000 or whatever it is. And then you get the check. Do you remember the first time
Oh my God.
you got a check?
Yes.
And expected, because you added up what you make an hour or whatever it was, and then you saw the check and was like, what the French toast is this? I'm sorry. Is there another check coming directly after this
Yeah,
one?
is this a prank?
Because this is, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah. No, you got punished.
Yeah.
For following the rules, because I worked jobs before having a real job that were under the table.
Yeah.
And they would go $5 an hour.
Right.
And you knew 4 hours, $20. Hand it over.
Hand it over.
I cut pizzas. I cut lawns. I folded boxes.
There you go.
$5.
Give
You
it.
said $5. I was here 6 hours. I know that math. That's $30. But then you get a job at, whatever, like, the record store, and you're getting $8 an hour.
You're like,
dude.
holy cow.
$8 an hour. So I worked 30 hours this week. That should be, let's see, $240.
There you go.
You bring home 162 or whatever, and you go, the fuck?
Like, I'm sorry, what?
What is this?
You want to run that back again? You missed a couple.
Taxes, Social Security, Medicare.
Yeah, which we might not even have.
We might not even have. Where's all that? Gets my goat.
Son of a bitch. Really chaps my ass.
Well, you know what? We are old for this.
Yeah.
We're complaining about taxes.
And Medicare.
All we need is some lemonade and a cigar butt. And, we are the odd couple right here. But yeah, you know what, man? We're not taught that stuff. And also, there's things that you gotta go, I don't know this. I admit I don't know this. I don't want to know this. Leave it to the experts.
Yeah. But even if the experts screw it up, you're the one
I know.
holding your wiener at the end.
Well, that's why I got to go with this $100.
Yeah, right.
Let's get them to sponsor us.
That she completely just made up, maybe.
I know.
She was just like, yeah, I think they told me.
I wonder if any of our listeners have been audited or have been dealt with some
if
of
you
that.
have, I'm sorry.
Tell us the story. 478-420-0690 is the phone number, and areweoldpodcast@gmail.com is the electronic mail address.
The electronic mail. There you go.
We were talking off air, Charles, about one of the coolest. I think one of, like, when you look back on the phenomenons growing up, right? Like the TV shows, the movies, the things that just anything Pee-wee.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, just all on board.
Of course.
Pee-wee Herman was like,
Of course.
and it was like a tornado. Like, I would race home from Saturday catechism, which was like church school. I would race home from church school to watch Pee-wee.
Pee-wee.
Conky
Appropriate.
and Cherry and Cowboy Curtis and
Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah, dude.
Morpheus.
Morpheus
That's
was
right.
Cowboy Curtis.
That's right. That's right.
Dude, the king of cartoons, the mailman. It was
Mailman.
all just so, like, Pee-wee's Playhouse was, life stopped.
Yeah.
Like, you sat in front of the TV with a bowl of Captain Crunch and you watched Pee-wee, and it was, the house could have burned down around me.
Yeah.
Bombs could have went off. Like, dude, like, if someone could have came and kidnapped my family. It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Conky's on.
That's right.
Penny the cartoon.
Penny the cartoon. Yeah.
Dude, she'd rub her eyes and her eyes were pennies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There was something about Pee-wee that it felt educational. It felt fun. It was a world that existed somewhere. Oh my God, dude, when we would approach his house, like in the beginning of it. But
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
it started so neat.
Yeah.
But what a weird fucking dude.
Listen.
We had a lot of weird dudes in
He's
our life.
weird, but he's a genius. Or was, rest in peace. He was a genius. Pee-wee, the character, didn't just come out of nowhere. Like, first of all, shout out to the fact that he was a comic.
Yeah, I know.
I give all praises to comics who did it big.
Stuck with it.
He stuck with it and paved the way. Started out as a comic, and Pee-wee, the character, was a play. He made it into a one-man show. It started as a one-man show.
Yeah.
Which is how the movie came about, because they saw the one-man show. The producer saw the one-man show, and then he got the movie, and then Pee-wee's Playhouse just was a offshoot of that. So it was just like, it was the gift and the curse, depending on how he saw it, that kept on giving.
Yeah.
But this one character, this one idea that he had, that he just made into something, spawned this whole generation, this universe, which, so yeah, he might have been like, I feel like it takes weirdos and crazy people to actually come up with stuff that's so, like, brilliant and awe-inspiring.
Well, the thing that's so cool too, and you could see the depth of his creativity.
Yeah.
Was that the characters in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, Francis and the dude that owned the magic shop.
The lady in the truck.
Large Marge.
Large Marge.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
mean, like, dude, all of the different, like, the biker gang that he was friends with, Dottie, the whole thing. I mean, Francis was like such a spoiled brat bully. Pee-wee was a loner, a rebel, right? Mm-hmm. And he knew it. And he loved pranks. He loved going to the prank shop and getting trick gum and all of that. When he was being shown the prank toys in that store, I mean, God, just to be there and be able to be shown all those prank toys by the owner of the store and pick what you want and all those things, and he took his the choice ones that he thought would be the best for his situation, you know, and then when that bike got stolen. And he goes to the fortune teller in the Alamo, dude. And he's walking through the rain.
Yeah.
He's got his collar up. And, I mean, that movie fucking was everything back in the day.
Classic film. Shout out. You'll appreciate this if you don't know already. One of the writers on the movie,
I don't know.
The great Phil Hartman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another notch on his belt.
That's right. Phil Hartman, and I forget the other writer, sorry. But it was all of their first. Phil, first time writing a movie. He had no experience.
Jeez.
Pee-wee's first movie. And director, Tim Burton.
His first
Movie.
Tim Burton's first movie was Pee-wee Playhouse.
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Pee-wee picked Tim Burton because he saw a short film that he had did and was like, I want that guy.
Get the fuck out.
Tim mother effing Burton. That's right.
I'm sorry I swear so much and you don't.
No, it's fine. It's just for the advertisers. I swear all off air. Like
I know you do. I feel like you're gaslighting.
I'm just trying to get us paid. That's all.
Oh yeah, right on. Okay, I'm sorry. What an amazing movie. What a sweet film. Dude, Phil Hartman was the greatest.
Yeah.
He played Captain Cartoons. He would show up and go, here, look at this. And it would go, and it would start.
Yeah.
If you had the choice, you could only watch Pee-wee's Playhouse or Pee-wee's Big Adventure. What would you choose?
I mean, Pee-wee's Playhouse has so much to... How many seasons was it?
Oh my God, I don't know.
It could either be... This is how great shows were back then. It could either been 10 seasons or it could have been one season that we just watched over and over again.
Because there was so much in every episode.
There was so much. Maybe Great Adventures is such a classic. As an adult, maybe probably
5 seasons.
5 seasons.
86 to 91. Dude,
I will watch just to answer your question, I will watch
Big Adventure.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure, just because as an adult, it's a classic, yeah.
Tequila, when he's dancing on the bar.
He used to do...
break dance, and he starts throwing all the pictures.
Man, so dope, man. That he is one of those things where it's just like when a character is so ingrained into you, because by the time he made that movie, or they were making that movie, he had already done this character a gajillion times.
So it was old hat.
So it was just so natural. It was nothing he had to overthink. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this dance, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Even some of the people that were in the film were people that he worked with on the play or whatever, and he just was like, yeah, I'm doing a movie now, come do the movie. So everything just gelled together. I mean, him and Phil worked together. I'm thinking came up in the Groundlings, I believe.
Really?
So they came up even through that kind of era of just like...
And that was just the days where you go like, hey, I got this opportunity.
Yeah.
He knew him as Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
Man, 1986 to 1991. So that means I was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 when that show. Those are big years right there.
Yeah, I was 4, 5, 6.
Saturday morning, dude. That was it. Pee-wee's Playhouse. I mean, it was the world stopped. And that's one of those things where it was like the cultural impact that shows then had that don't happen now.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm binging Severance. Okay. And it's this type of thing where I'm talking to a friend and they go, "Have you watched Severance yet?" And I'm like, "No." And they go, "Dude, you got to watch it. Catch up. Watch the whole first season." And they're like 8 episodes into the second season or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So you just sit there and you go, and you watch the whole friggin' thing, right? Now I'm watching it at that pace. Every Saturday from when I was 7 to 11.
Yeah.
You sat in front of the TV because if you didn't, you missed it.
You missed it.
You missed it.
I remember.
And you felt weird.
Yeah, you felt super weird. I remember, even in TV shows in general, but like feeling so lucky if you caught a repeat that you might have missed, and you were like, "Whoa!" Or
Yeah,
like, or you,
yeah.
oh my god,
That's
because
when
you
you
just
first-
didn't know
yes.
when you were ever gonna see this episode ever again.
No, you're right. And it was a thing of like, I mean, and then to record things
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that was, I'm lucky that I had those years. Like, so I was, my siblings started being born when I was like 8. So that's right around where I kind of started to figure out what I liked.
Yeah.
And I was also kind of being left alone a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was able to like, all right, I'm going to go watch this on like a TV, like in whatever like room and just sit and like geek out to Pee-wee. But it was something that like everyone was like, oh, yeah, Pee-wee's on. It wasn't like a, people loved it. Families liked it.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was like it transcended. It was weird and crazy.
Yeah.
And he's one of, we got to make like our Hall of Fame
Weirdos. Yeah.
like good weirdo Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And we won't rush it, but maybe this will be a theme we come back to. But like the good weirdos of our childhood.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a lost thing now.
Yes, that is not. At least I don't know of
Well,
any.
everybody's weird. Everyone's
That's
weird.
true. All you got to do is just turn on Instagram.
Literally everybody's weird. Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like we had
There was an art to it.
Yes.
They were artists.
Yes.
As opposed to just people lighting their asses on fire on Snapchat or whatever.
Yes. We had actual like freak artists.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's on the top of that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pee-wee.
Shout out to Pee-wee.
And then he
Shout out to
showed up
Paul
in
Rubin.
Blow as a backstabbing coke dealer.
I remember loving the fact that I was starting to see him as Paul Rubens, like, be able to do, because obviously after the controversy, after the, movie gate, theater, movie house gate, it was touch and go for a second there.
It was a little touchy-feely.
It was a little touch and go. So I was very happy that he was like, he was in like a 30 Rock episode, and he was like in a bunch of stuff where he could just be like the brilliant.
He would have been canceled if it was a different time.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of had to go away for a bit. But
Yeah, he had to go away, and then I don't know if you remember he came out I think it was at the VMAs, and it was right in the height of the scandal, and nobody had heard from him or whatever. And he comes out and to a standing ovation because it's the VMAs, and he's just like, heard any good jokes lately or something like that. And it was just like, it was such a great moment, endearing moment, and it was just like, good for you.
I do wonder the pressures of like, I remember hearing of someone who had a job on a commercial, and I spoke with, I knew it was one of these like character, like Flo the Progressive Lady,
Yeah.
or like the Can You Hear Me Now guy or whatever.
Right.
And they said that when they signed contracts and stuff, it's this thing of like, you can't gain weight. You can't lose weight. You can't lose hair. You can't change your glasses. You can't you are the face of like a or of like a brand. You're this, you're that. So he's got to wear that friggin' bow tie. He's got to wear that gray suit and the white shirt, and got to have that haircut and go, ha, and all that's got to be like, no matter how much the pile of money you're sitting on, you got to kind of have this thing of like, well, who am I anymore?
I would love to, yes, that, and to your point, I would love to like do a little pocket watching and be like, how much intellectual property did he own of that? Because that's another big thing.
Yeah, man.
I got to work on something with Jaleel White, and we were just chopping it up off set and talking about stuff, and I didn't realize or know or whatever that ABC owns the character Urkel, which is like you don't realize it until you're like, oh yeah, so he can't do anything.
Be Urkel.
Do anything off that property. That's all. The mouse owns all of that. So I wonder if like even Paul, like, I don't know. It would be interesting.
That's a very interesting thing. Yeah, I would love to know more about that.
Yeah,
we'll have to dive into that because I think about that so often where it's like these. I mean, look at Screech and Dustin Diamond. He went out and did like Dustin Diamond as doing stand up, celebrity boxing or whatever. But he couldn't do anything as Screech.
Yeah, it's true.
So they probably own the. It's weird to think that.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to say one of my favorites, the wanting sometimes is better than the getting.
The wanting is better than the getting. Yeah.
We're here doing our podcast.
Listen, I've been wanting for a very long time. I wouldn't mind getting
We get a little bit.
We get a little bit.
Well, you guys, we want to get more messages from you. So 478 420 0690 478 420 0690 Are We Old Podcast at gmail.com.
There we go.
Did we have a voicemail?
It's funny. I don't know if it's cathartic. I don't know if it's in the stars, but we got a message or a question. It was an email from Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
And he he wants to know, did we ever get caught?
Get caught.
Get caught. If you know what I mean. Did we get caught in the act, or with our
self-pleasure? Because I think I talked about getting caught.
Yeah. Did we ever get caught? I'm trying to think of some good euphemisms. They're not coming. I'm actually
Pee-wee Hermaning?
Yeah. Did we get caught pee-weeing our playhouse?
Did our playhouse get invaded?
Yeah.
Wow. Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. All right.
I'm assuming Kyle did.
I'm assuming too. He just wants to feel seen, which he did apparently.
I'll let you go first.
All right. Did I get caught? I think so, and the reason I say I think so is because here's a story. Yeah, I was 1,000% just like being a nice 13-year-old boy, however old I was, and with full on awareness that the house was full of people. Not at home by myself.
See, that's when you got to the urges.
I mean, talk about a cocky bastard, literally.
No pun intended.
Yeah, pun intended.
The devil on your shoulders.
Oh my God. I'm just like, what? I think what it was is I had discovered Tara Patrick for the first time and was like, can't wait.
Tara Patrick.
Can't wait. Yeah, I had discovered Tara Patrick and was like, oh boy.
She was.
Bro, so I'm in my bedroom I had a computer in my bedroom back in the day, big giant jumbo, Volkswagen size computer with the floor monitor. And
the whole hamster in the wheel, keeping it running.
Yeah, exactly. And man, I'm going in, and so my house, I think we talked about it a little bit before. Or my house, the floors,
creaky floors.
So you could hear people coming. But this one particular time, man, my mom must have been on her stealth mode or something. She had a basket of laundry that she was bringing into my room, and I must have heard her nanoseconds before her, and there was no knock. We didn't grow up in a knock. There was knock. Knock. What are you, crazy? There was no knock, and there was no lock. No lock, no knock. In our, we grew up in a no lock, no knock house. All right, so I wasn't allowed to lock, and she wasn't knocking. So I heard her like seconds before coming in, and I jumped, I tucked it back in or whatever, and tried to change tabs.
You're just like kicking a computer.
I'm throwing a monitor like through, like throwing it out the window right before she burst in. And to this day, I don't think that I made it in time but neither of us
Never talked about
ever
it.
talked about it. She dropped off the load. I dropped off. I held mine. And neither of
I
us
watched your eyes figure that out. I watched your whole face go. Mom, we love you. Oh my God.
And we've never spoken about it ever since.
Never spoke about it ever since.
Nope.
You can't.
No.
You go, hey, remember that time you called me cranking?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I also, just real quick, what a moment for a mom.
It's worse with a mom.
You spent time growing this precious being in your belly, 9 months, labor, and then they arrive and they suckle on you and you sacrifice and you feed them and you this and
Wipe
you
their butt.
wipe their asses, and you teach them how to read and
You check their temperature.
check their temperature, and you watch them grow, and you're like, all right. And then one day,
Tara Patrick. Tara Patrick, dude.
one day,
That's it.
oh my
And
God.
the thing that's hilarious is that urge, your body goes, yo, they're not on the same floor of the house.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, they're in the other room. Let's do it. I mean, come on,
Like, come
dude.
on,
What's
bro.
wrong with you?
Talk about, man, talk about not being in your right mind when your other head is,
Yes.
yeah, you're just like, whatever.
That's
you
it.
just,
You have no choice.
oh my God.
You have no choice. Yeah, I had a similar situation
Yeah.
where no lock, no knock situation for sure. And it was like, yeah, the whole family's downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I come home.
You're like, I already got my own phone line in here.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let me call 1-900. No, I remember it was a magazine, and it was Carmen Electra. And I got home
Carmen
from
Electra.
my like summer job as a kid.
Yeah.
Got out of the shower. It was a nice summer day. The breeze is blowing. I'm like, let's see what
Yeah.
Carmen's up to.
Mm-hmm.
I opened up that drawer that had the magazines in it. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the chance to e-brake.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
already over the cliff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was over the cliff when the door opened.
Yeah.
And my dad and I just made eye contact in my moment of like
Yeah.
ecstasy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh no.
yeah.
And that was it. And we're not friends really.
Yeah.
So I think that might be, I think I did it. In retrospect, I might be responsible.
You might be responsible for. I'm wondering, like, if I caught, I can't imagine, but maybe I won't know until it happens. But I would imagine if I caught my son, it'd be like,
Father, son.
bad. All
Yeah,
right.
in the moment, you probably go, what the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
dude. Lock the door. And you go,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
we
yeah.
were a no lock, no knock family.
I would also feel like, here's the other thing, though, as we close. I feel like as a dad, I would preemptively expect it coming, no pun intended. I would expect that timeline. Oh, wait a minute. He's how old now? All right. Matter of fact, warn the kid. Like, have the sit down.
Yeah. Wait till I'm gone. Wait till I'm gone.
You say wait till you're gone?
I'm saying if I'm a dad, I'm going to go, yo, don't let your mom catch you. Like when we
Yeah.
leave the house, like don't like, you know, and it's different because like when we were kids, it was magazines and decks of cards and weird,
Yeah,
whatever. Now the whole disgusting internet.
Oh, yeah.
So I would be like, I don't know, man, listen, crawl before you run downhill.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not get weirdly fetishy and
Right,
shit
right,
at
right.
16. You got your whole life to be a
got
freak.
your whole life.
Wait until you move out and you got your own IP address
There
because
you
I don't
go.
want this shit on my fucking, you know? But yeah, God bless parents that, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be easier for a dad.
I would think
Than a mom.
dad, son, mom, daughter, whatever. Then the crossover. The cross, traumatizing. I
Dad,
can't imagine.
I don't even want to.
I
don't even want to say it.
I don't even want to.
I don't even want to. We'll
wanna.
leave it that for you.
All right, Kyle.
You parents, have you caught your kids? Hey, kids,
were you
have you been
caught?
caught? Kyle, thanks a lot for bringing up horrible memories. Are we old podcast at gmail.com. Share your stories, your questions, and give us a call, Charles.
478-420-0690.
And follow us on the socials at Are We Old. Stay young, everybody.
Stay young.
Peace.